Well, I'm glad I don't have to start the show like that. Looks very energetic, doesn't it? Of course, we are here at 8 o'clock with our one-day special. Now, this is an amazing deal that was kicked off at 6 o'clock this evening, and it's been a very popular one. Already, a third of the stock has gone, and we've only had one live hour with this, so it shows you just how popular it has been. Now, the details are already up on your screen, but don't worry, I will take you through all of the housekeeping with it in just a few moments, but I have to introduce my fabulous guest for the hour, lovely Hazel. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You?
Very much so, and I'm loving the bundle that you brought to us for a one-day special.
It's amazing, isn't it? I absolutely adore the lily. It's the open space. It just looks lovely, whatever medium you want to colour with. So it gives you lots of different opportunities.
I love it. Now, of course, when you're looking at the one-day special, you can see those beautiful stamps that are there. I would normally say to you at this point that you can go for them individually, but I can't say that now because the lily has actually sold out. So if you like the looking of that particular stamp, then just bear in mind the only way you can get hold of this is if you are a one-day special purchaser. And guess what? Is that such a word, purchaser? I don't know. It is now.
We're going with it.
But Freedom members, guess what? You have got an even bigger discount with this one. You've probably already spied it on your screen there, but you can see you are saving an additional saving of £9.39. It's a brilliant bundle. The stamps alone, absolutely phenomenal value. You'd normally be paying £14.95 for each one of those. And as I said, the lily is already sold out. So if you were going to go for both of those, you might as well call it £30, mightn't you? Well, when you look at the whole bundle, for that additional, well, it's less than £1, really, isn't it? You are getting hold of the card stock in here. 61 pence more, in fact, you are paying, and you are getting all of those. So if you're going to go for the stamps by themselves, an extra 61p would get you the cardstock. Now, this cardstock bundle, Hazel, this is a brilliant one because it's kind of like a try-me bundle.
That's exactly what it is. It's a little taster set for people out there that haven't tried our cardstock before but want to have a go with the stamps. You've got 10 super smooth, you've got 10 true black, and 10 watercolour, all in A4. So a brilliant size. You can chop it down, you can just score it in half for a card, you know, whatever you fancy doing.
I love it. And the stamps that come alongside it are brilliant as well. Very usable stamps. And as you quite rightly said there, the lily, large open spaces for plenty of room for you to add your colour. So those are the details on your screen. If you're wanting to get involved, then you can do 819865. Now, those fabulous cardstock bases that we've just been talking about, if you like the idea of going for bigger bundles, we have got those available, and I'll be telling you about those as the hour progresses. But before we do all that, we're going to hand over to Hazel. So what was it that you wanted to show us first?
OK, so I'm just going to go in with a quick demo. I'll just pull this one in. I'll go around. Sorry. I just want to do a quick, simple card using some of our Scotch tape there. So I've put 2 bits down already, leaving myself about a 2.5 centimetre gap there. And I'm going to use the smallest of the lily heads, and I'm just going to have it on a block, and I'm going to use some of my Morning Mist ink. So I'm just going to ink that up. And I'm going to start off about there.
OK.
Now, I don't need to be careful because I did measure it out to make sure that it wouldn't go over onto my cardstock.
Clever.
So now I've got that one in place, I'm going to mask that. So these are from our masket sheet. So you just literally, you stamp on the top, keep the acetate behind it, cut it out, and that allows you then, when we stamp the next one, it's going to put it behind it.
Clever. OK.
So I'll pop that one in. So I can do...
Ooh, nearly.
That was nearly.
Nearly moved.
We can do one on either side of there before I need to move this one over. So I can either peel... Well, I can. Peel that one off.
Now, at the bottom of your screen, you can see you can get 10 A4 sheets of your masket sheets. Always useful and always reusable, as you can see there.
And then that one...
You got the dropsies,
I've got dropsy today.
Incidentally, the Scotch tape as well. We have got the Scotch tape available for you as well. So if you are wanting to get hold of this, we've got the details at the bottom of your screen. You're going to get 2 of these. They're brilliant because they are removable and they are perfect for you to mask off certain areas. So you're going to get 2 reels of those. As you can see there, you've got, well, nearly 33 metres on each one of those. Brilliant value for money. Each in their own little box, which is always useful as well. And if you're wanting them, £13.99 at the bottom of your screen. They can go in alongside your one-day special or anything else you fancy popping into your basket. You're right over there, my dear.
I'm all fine now. I've picked my block up. I've then cut, so this, I've cut a couple of thin strips of card, and I'm just going to use my fine liner glue just to go down And I'm even just going to tap that on my hand so I don't want lots of glue on there.
Okay.
And I'm just going to, it gives it like a faux matten layer. Just make sure I get that straight.
Clever, yeah.
And then we'll do the same for this one.
Gosh, that is a fine detail nozzle.
It is. Now, this is the wider of the two, and to be quite honest with you, I probably could have used the thinner one on there.
All right, okay.
So let's just take that off, and we'll just put that one on as well.
Lovely. And those glue bottles are at the bottom of your screen. Incidentally, as Hazel's working with things, she will reference what they are, and you'll see all the details changing around on your screen. I'll try and remember to tell you about them.
So already that just really frames those lilies. So I'm going to bring in some of my, it's just one of the A6s.
Okay.
And then all I'm going to do, just going to stamp this up. This time I'm going to use a black.
Right.
And stamp it on. And then we need to colour this. Again, I'm going to go for pencils on this one.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a lighter pink down first. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go for a deeper pink up the middle there. And a bit down the bottom. And I'll just do it on a couple of petals because I have done one. And this time what I chose to do was layer it up. So I've stamped this a couple of times, and these 3 petals here I've cut out so that I can layer up.
Oh, okay.
So just going in with your water brush.
I think these pencils are in a bundle that we've got for you.
They are,
well.
yes. You get the spring-coloured card and then also the pencils, but they are so easy to work with. It's just so effective, and you don't have to be too tidy.
That sounds like my kind of
So I'm just
crafting.
speeding through. I'm just going to use this little green and go up some of those little stems there.
Lovely.
And then a little bit of this one, a brown or an orange, just for the messy bits that get everywhere, that stain everything.
Oh gosh, they do, don't they? Some people snip those out, don't they, as soon as they get the flowers, but they look right in the middle there.
So if I bring that one in for you, all I've done, coloured it all in, and then I've layered, you see I've just stuck one on the top, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then all I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go for one of our foam pads because, well, let's face it, you get so many on the roll, we can afford to...
well, it's useful as well because it kind of lifts it forward, doesn't it? So
now, these are the ones that you get 1,500 on the roll, but look, I'm snipping into this, and I'm going to take that back off first. I'm going to double this up. So I'm going to pop that down. So I'm only actually using half a pad.
That's good because you haven't gone all gunky on your scissors.
No. There you go. So I've got a nice bit of height, gives me a bit of shadow behind there. Now let's choose one of the sentiments. We could have always and forever. We could have cherish every moment.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Lovely. Right, so I'm just going to position that down. Normally I'd go in the stamping platform, but I have stuck my flower on, so I'm just going to go onto that block there, and I am going to stamp it in black. This is where you hold your breath, make sure you don't mess your card up. They do only need a little kiss. That's it. Okay, so then I have got a piece of black to matte and layer that too.
Okay.
We'll go in with our glue this time.
And of course your black cardstock, your true black's coming in with your one-day special.
Yep. So that, again, just frames that up. And then just to finish off, I've got one of our 18 by 24 card blanks. And I'm just going to give that a half fold.
Okay.
So we score at 12 centimetres.
Lovely. And is this one of the smooth cardstock ones?
This is your
got
super smooth, and it comes with instructions for 10 folds.
That's right, I'll show you.
A new size that we're doing.
I'll show you all of those in a little while. You're going to get 100 sheets of those. You have got a slight extended delivery with regards to these ones. It's the 21st of April, which is scarily close, actually, when you think about it, isn't it? Not long at all.
There we go. And then there's just enough for a beautiful border around, but a lovely, quick, simple card.
Isn't that pretty?
And that one is inspired by Claire, because Claire made this one, and I thought, how gorgeous is that? Just simply stunning. Sometimes you don't need a lot on a card.
That's
you know?
true.
It just gives you a real quick
Thank
finish.
you.
That's okay.
Thank you, Hazel. So that shows you how quickly and easily you can start working with your one-day special. I've got a whole pile of finished samples here as well, giving you some other ideas of how the design team have worked with these. I love this because when you've got a good set of stamps, you can use them in loads of different ways. This is a nice one because you've got a multi-layer with regards to this one, using those stamps, as you can see there. But then you've got all the additional elements that will allow you to go on and create additional pages if you so choose. Absolutely beautiful. Again, if adding colour is your thing, then have a look at this one here. Again, large size blooms. So of course, when you're making a card, you don't need to use a lot really to cover, no additional embellishments and things like that. And again, the scope of the colour is purely down to you as to how you're wanting to work with these. Absolutely beautiful. We are busy with regards to your one-day special. Over 40% of the stock has gone. And flowers, of course, we all love our flowers. Look at the depth and dimension on that one as well. Giving you loads of ideas, loads of different colours you can work with these, as you can see as well, whether it's your brighter tones, your paler tones, building up your own configuration. This is a clever one where they're overhanging there. Isn't that clever?
That's Caroline's, and she's took a little knife and actually cut in between each
beautiful
one. Really
very effective. It's a nice one as well because of course you've got that wonderful stamp that's got all of the typewriter font on there.
Effective? That's Cheryl. It's beautiful. Thank you, Cheryl.
Love it. And again, so many different elements that you've got within here. So of course, adding your sentiment there, you can continue that theme going through from the front there, and again building up your embellishments. So many different wonderful pieces. Now this looks like an interesting one. A little, oh, that's a little bit of hook and loop on there. There you go. Oh, a little gift tag. And I believe you showed us how to do this one earlier on.
Yes, I did, yeah.
I love it. I said gift tag. I mean, a gift envelope. So when you've got if you're giving money or something like that, it's always nice to do something a little bit different, isn't it? This is a pretty one. And it shows you, I mean, so many different sizes of cards as well.
You're not torn to just one size. They'll work with whatever size you like working with.
Beautiful. And again, don't forget, when you are investing in your cardstock, especially if you're going for the super smooth at the bottom of your screen, you're going to get loads of different card folds and bases, which do work alongside your one-day special as well. But for the time being, if you're wanting your one-day special, you're going to get your 2 stamp sets, one of which has sold out individually, so that's the only way you can get hold of the Lily. And let's face it, it's a fabulous stamp set to go for. Love the typewriter font with all the wonderful sentiments that you've got in there as well. All sorts of different occasions. Not just birthdays, but words of inspiration as well, which I think is nice as well. Sending lots of love. Dare to dream. What a lovely phrase as well. All of those included within that stamp plate. And then you've got your cardstock. Now, your cardstock actually works out at just 61 pence when you're in your one-day special. Because what you've, well, if you're a Freedom member, because you can see his price on your screen, there was £30.61. And the reason being is your cardstock is coming to you for such a small amount because your 2 stamp sets, you'd normally be paying £14.99 for those. Sorry, £14.95, I do apologise. So that would bring it to just shy of £30. So the extra 61 pence that you're paying for your one-day special is actually getting you 30 sheets of cardstock over your 3 different colourways. It's premium cardstock because you've got your fabulous true black featuring in there as well. You've got your smooth finish, as you can see there, and you've also got your watercolour card there as well. And the super smooth, we regularly hear that mentioned when people are stamping out them as guests here as well, because it's always got that lovely smooth finish that you can work with. So 819-865 if you're wanting to get hold of that one, as many of you are. But being a one-day special, being a fabulous deal, it's always popular. So get hold of yours soon, as quick as you possibly can. Now, the super smooth, of course, Hazel mentioned the super smooth with her card base just a few moments ago. Now, when you look at this, it's a unique size because obviously we tend to work with standard sizes, things like A5, A4, and so on. Well, with this one, it is cut to a specific size of 18 centimetres by 24 centimetres. The reason behind that, Hazel, is
because it's equivalent to a 5 by 7. There or thereabouts.
I see.
So we like to work in centimetres.
Okay.
Because it's easy to equate down.
It's nice and easy when you need to put the score lines in, isn't it?
Exactly.
Easy to measure. So when you actually get yours, you will get 100 sheets, but in addition to that, you will get tuition by the way of an instruction sheet that will come alongside, giving you 10 different card folds. And these are different to folds that we've seen before, Hazel.
Yeah, pretty much. There is some new ones on there, but they tend to follow the same format, but we've done all the working out for you. So you haven't got to start thinking about, well, how long is my card? And divide it by 2 and add 14 on. It just, you don't have to do that. Just copy from the sheet and nice and simple.
I love it. You can see that true black facing each one of these elements as well. So really a nice look between the strong crisp white and then also that true black, as you can see there. And again, these are elements that you can be able to create so many different styles of cards with and get some incredible results, all from that base card. 100 sheets. My goodness, you're going to be able to create a lot of card bases, aren't you, with those ones? Yeah, do make sure you take advantage of this one. Now, with this one, we have got a slight extended delivery, the 23rd. Was it the 21st or the 23rd? The 21st. Oh, that's good, because I think that I said that first time round. So that's okay. I thought I'd got the wrong date for a moment. £11.99. I mean, how affordable is that? A quarter of the stock has gone. So if you are into creating your fancy bases and you want a really good weight cardstock to start with, this one is 300 GSM. Really good weight, really convenient size as well, and perfect for all those fancy folds. 651356 if you fancy getting hold of that one. Incidentally, if you want to go for multiples of any of these items, and you can do, it's not limited to one per customer. Now, Hazel was stamping on a smaller piece of cardstock, as you probably spied a little bit early on when she was creating that lovely lily that she used as the embellishment. Now, this one, we're looking at watercolour cardstock with this one.
Yes.
And we've got a mixture of A5 and A6 with this one.
Yeah, so it's one of the ream boxes. So the brown boxes is what it comes in.
Okay.
And it's absolutely packed. But you will find you'll have that on your counter next to you while you're crafting. You'll be dipping into it, and it's just the perfect size. They're just handy to have, and it gives us less waste, which is, let's face it, we don't like waste.
Well, this is it, because quite often when you go to stamp up an embellishment or a sentiment or something that you're working on, it's not often a full A4 sheet, is it?
No.
So that's why these little they're almost postcard sizes with A6, perfect for you to actually work with, and quite easy for you to cut out as well, because you're not chopping it down to make it a manageable size.
Once you've cut into a sheet of A4, let's face it, it goes in the scrap drawer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do we go through that scrap drawer
That's true.
and
You
use
always
it?
go for a fresh sheet, don't you?
This one, you just dip in your box each time, and it's brilliant. And they are relatively the same, like the right size for a mat and layer.
Yes, that's true, yeah. Perfect. There you go. Now, if you fancy getting hold of those, you're going to get 405 sheets in total. My goodness. 135 of your A5. And, of course, you are going to get your fabulous A6 alongside it as well. It is a bumper bundle. And you can see you've got a fabulous saving on this one. £21 saving. £34.99 being your price on this one. And that is delivered to your door. And we've got quite a weighty bundle there, as you can see, if you're wanting to get hold of those. Now, more for you. Now, obviously, if you are a card maker, if you're into your mixed media, or if you're into using all your different textures and ideas, then you are going to need more cardstock as time goes on. It's a consumable, that's what happens. And investing in a brilliant quality is key. Now, on your screen there, you can see you are going to get 135 sheets of your A4 watercolour. Now, I know we mentioned smaller pieces a few moments ago, but sometimes you are going to need a larger piece.
Absolutely. Straight from the box, you can make stepper cards without even thinking.
Good idea,
They're easy. You can do your half folds, but if you're making frames, it's a perfect size.
Good point, yeah. Because sometimes, especially if it's things like boxes, you need the depth, don't you, with things like that as well. So a nice way of actually working with it. And also, sometimes if you're wanting to do backgrounds, you might want a larger piece to work with, because you don't necessarily know what sort of size you're going to be working on at a later stage. So perfect opportunity for you to make your backgrounds and your larger pieces, your inky mop-ups. It's always good to have A4 watercolour cardstock close to hand, because, of course, as you can use it in so many different ways, as you say there. That you might not have a need for it at this moment, but when you're doing an inky mop-up, you mop it up on your watercolour cardstock and you've got lots of scope as time goes on. So 604 850 £34.99. Again, a brilliant price. Now, the next bundle that we've got for you is continuing that true black theme that you are getting with your one-day special. So you are looking at 175 sheets. Now, you can see you've got a fabulous saving on this one, bringing the price down to £41.99. Again, really good weight with this one, 280 GSM, and again perfect for you to do those folds, to give that substantial depth to projects as well, knowing that it's not going to kind of be a feeble attempt at something. It's going to be sturdy, it's going to hold its own there, and of course last the test of time. That is the key thing. And again, if you want to use it for your fancy folds, Hazel, you can do.
Indeed, yeah.
Beautiful, as you can see that. Love that, absolutely gorgeous. And it's a lovely one to wear. I love this style here where you kind of got that kind of bleached look to it. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, having that larger size means you can do your fancy folds again. Absolutely beautiful, love it. If you fancy getting hold of this set, then there you go. Details are up on your screen there. You've got your flexi buy with this one as well, spreading the cost if you're wanting to, at £21 each, those payments, which means if you go for this and add anything else in, you can spread the cost of those as well. So what we got next? That's not enough. What about this bundle? Oh my goodness. This is the Bumper collection. Now, we were looking at A4 just a few moments ago. If you're wanting a bundle similar to the watercolour cardstock we were looking at a few moments ago with your A6s in, then this is what you've got, A6 and A5. Again, 350 sheets with regards to that one. That's for your A6. You've got 175 of your A5. Brilliant price there for Freedom members as well, £37.79p. I feel a little bit small.
That's my fault.
A bit like a floating head. Now, we've got more stamps here. Now, Hazel, these are nice ones. I like these.
Stunning, aren't they? So you've got the typewriter sentiments, the first set, which really marries up beautifully with this new set. Of course,
yes.
Yeah. So perfect. There you've got happy birthday, and on this new set you've got birthday, so you could use the smaller happy with the big birthday. It will really work well. There's some gorgeous sayings on there as well. Really nice.
And like you say, you can use them in different combinations, can't you? Mix them up. Now, I've got hold of the boards that we had there just a few moments ago. This is where they have been created, and have these been enlarged to show?
That's
is this the true size?
They're just stamped straight out the packet.
Gosh, they're big, aren't they? There you go. Happy birthday just for you. Today's your birthday. Time to celebrate. Wishing you lots of happiness. Hope your day's great.
So that's a full verse, but split into two.
Yes.
Because both bits work on their own.
Clever.
So we just wanted to give a bit more versatility there.
I like that idea. So that is your first stamp set that you've got a choice of. Now, this one's a pretty one here with the different styles of flowers. Your spring flowers. And again, a little bit of script included with this one as well.
So we've given you 2 daffodil heads and then the stem.
Yeah.
And then you've got the stem for the tulip, but 2 different heads on it as well. And then you've got that beautiful iris with the long iris leaf.
Beautiful.
And then a couple of butterflies. And that little script in the background, I love the shape to it. It just works really well.
Isn't it lovely? And also, it kind of gives you the opportunity to build a flower almost, doesn't it? And have it go in the way that you're wanting it to. The chrysanthemums as well. Beautiful, large blooms. And we saw these featuring in a lot of the different finished samples we've just been looking at. These are beautiful pieces of art.
Love that one. I love them all, to be fair.
Cute. Love it. Again, a really universal font that you've got there. It's almost a timeless classic, isn't it, there, with your happy birthday as well. So there you go. Loads and loads of different choices with regards to those. Loads of ways that you're going to be able to work with those. So you're going to be able to create some beautiful blooms. Obviously, building the flowers, as I mentioned, putting your own bouquet together, as you can see, if you're going for the set with the iris in there. And, of course, the beautiful daffodils that you've got featuring in there as well. Or maybe you're going to go for the chrysanthemums. Maybe you're going to go for the set where you're going to be able to create those. They've got 3 different item numbers, so check them all out. They're all available on the website, but they do work really well together and they look beautiful alongside the one-day special. Something else I want to tempt you with before you check out your baskets, your glue. Now, this is brilliant. This is EVA glue. Now, it's something that's a really tricky one for us to keep in stock here. So we've not seen it for some time, but oh boy, are we glad it is back. It's one of those adhesives that you can use in loads and loads of different ways. But just to let you know, 1/3 of the stock has gone. So if you want to get hold of this one, it is on extended delivery. It's perfect to use for your matting and layering. It's got quick grab on it. You can use it on your mirror board. It's long lasting. It's not going to yellow as well. And that makes it perfect for scrapbooking and also with things like book binding as well. So if you fancy getting a bumper bundle there, you can see 538442, but 1/3 of the stock has gone. Now, if you want to decant elements off from that one to make it a more manageable size, you'll certainly want these 2 bottles as well. They're non-clog and it gives you the ability to work with either the fine tip or the broader tip. When I say broader, they're both quite fine, to be honest, but you've got your fine and your even finer. £13.99 at 603282. It's been a very popular choice since we launched at 6 o'clock. And what was the update saying? 40% of the stock has gone. My goodness, yeah. If you want those, you need to be quick. And then basket sheets as well. We saw a little demonstration of these quickly at the top of the hour. Lots of you have been adding these into your basket. Work with any of your stamps, obviously, but it's one of those things, creating a reusable mask always invaluable at £9.99 for 10 of those sheets. Brilliant value. So 976-569 if you're wanting to get hold of those as well. And of course we saw Hazel working with those foam elements as well. So if you're wanting your foam elements, these are brilliant. You've got your tabs, you've also got your roll of your continual with this one, and you've also got your complete sheets with these ones as well. So you're getting all of this.
Yes, it's an absolute bargain.
And this is good because you're getting all the different styles. So you've got your A4 sheets, your full, well, are they A4? Yeah, roughly A4 with regards to those. So you're going to get those in there. But you're also going to get, and this is the thing that I love, these are already pre-cut into little tabs, which makes it easy. But then you've got your continual roll there as well.
So great. So you're covered for shaker frames.
Yeah.
You're covered for your big pads. And the A4 sheets, they can die cut as well. So they're good for shaker cards too, if you want to put your nesting shapes in there. But again, good for stamping because you can stick a sheet of card on the top, stamp your image down and cut that out so the whole layer is built up. That's
clever
really
idea.
Useful.
Like it. £24.99. Very affordable bundle, a very useful one to have in your stash as well. So lots of you adding those in. Right, now I can see you've got your true black cardstock ready, Hazel. What are you going to share with us in this demo?
Okay, so I'm going to make this one. So a little bit different for you. We're going on to the black card, but that doesn't mean we can't get a nice bright finish on it, okay? So I've taken a square of true black. I've just got this to catch the spray. So I'm going to use some Pearly Winks Colour Pop, fast becoming my favourite product at the moment. And I'm just going to put a light mist over, okay? And then I'm going to bring in my heat tool and just give that a blast, just to dry that out. I'm going to tidy up while I'm drying. And I'm also going to just help that along quickly. There we go. So, from there, I'm going to use some of the black VersaFine, and we'll use the large lily first. Now I'll do a couple and then I'll move on because I have got one that's ready.
Okay, now of course the lily, the only way you can get hold of this stamp is within the one-day special.
Okay, so I'm going to stamp. Before you do it, don't get too excited. Use your anti-static bag.
Oh, nearly there.
Okay. And then we'll stamp this down. Now I am stamping it in black and that's fine. I could use my wow, but I'm going to do it in a clear embossing powder. And because this is a slower drying ink, it will wait and take the powder.
Now, just to warn you, as Hazel's using that beautiful stamp there, half the stock of the one-day special is gone. You are going to get your true black cardstock in that one as well. So, of course, just as Hazel is demonstrating it here, you can be replicating this at home. If you're a Freedom member, you have got an incredible saving, as you can see on your screen there. You're getting the 2 stamp sets that you'd normally be paying £14.95 for each. So the price on your screen there, £30.51. If you're a Freedom member, actually equates to 61p extra, which means you are going to get 30 sheets of your cardstock. It's a perfect way for you to try out the Pink Frog cardstock with a lovely selection there to get you started with. And yeah, if you fancy getting hold of more of that cardstock, we have got that available as well.
Okay, so we've got our first one down there, and I'm just going to change over stamp now. I've got a smaller block, I'm hiding it. Here we go. So I need to mask out that, so I'll go for my large one and just stick that over. The masket is such a handy product to have. It just opens up your world.
I was going to say mask sheets. Yeah. So useful.
So then I'll go for a smaller one, and you can build up your flourish. Now what I like about the set is that you've got a full, I'm going to bring this in so that you can see it. And not that it looks very nice.
But it's a working set.
You've got your full set there that's got buds and leaves and lilies on, but then you've got your separate, so you can build up your own bouquet.
Clever,
bouquet, Mrs. So I'm just going to stamp one of those to the side, and I can also go back in and do one on this side. And I'm just going to stop there. And I'm going to take off that. And it just perfectly hides it behind. I will be tidy. Okay.
It's been over a year since I've been able to be a little handy helper. Because that's what we used to do. Presenters would put the powder back into the pot, but we haven't been able to do it.
It used to be so handy, just saying, there you go.
Just shove it down our end and we'd sort it out. It's lovely to see these stamps used in a slightly different way. I mean, often we think of these being, like you say, coloured in with watercolours, very kind of pretty floral look to them. But I love this classic look with the black and the white. It's looking very dramatic.
I have got some beautiful, pretty ones to cover tomorrow.
OK.
But I just wanted to show this one. So this is your colour pop, and I'm just going to spray a little bit onto my mat. And then I'm going to pick up my water brush, and I'm going to just paint over. So it's an acrylic-based spray, but it's water-based. Sorry, it's an acrylic spray, but it's water-based, which allows you to paint down and then build on top of it. So it's like a base layer, but it's more opaque.
So while it's wet, you can kind of move it around, and then once it's dry, it sets like an acrylic, I guess.
Exactly. So I'm just going to go over like this, really rough, and it's going to repel against the emboss.
You can see that, yeah.
And you're just whizzing over. I'm not being too careful. Just
and that's the beauty of that,
over there. That
clear emboss. And you can see how it's almost puddling and moving away.
And that's why, that's that leaf there. Look, let's put that one in. So I tend to go over a couple of times, depending on what look I'm going for, really. So for this one, we'll do this a couple, and we'll keep this as our little sample piece.
OK.
I'll just bring this one in, look. So all I've done is I've got my 3 there, look, and then I've added in some leaves, an open, a couple of buds. So I've got my kind of spray.
That looks beautiful.
As I want it. Yeah. And I love the speckle in the background. It just looks gorgeous. So from there, what we can do is I'm going to pull in a few more colours. So I've got golden poppy, watermelon, and then some green.
And where are the colours from that you've got there?
These are Pearly Winks Colour Pop.
Oh, right, OK.
OK, so then, now I don't have to use the pop to paint on top of these. In fact, I'll show you a few different things just to give you some options. We can go on the top with our pencils as well, so I'll put them there. So we're going to pick up some of the yellow and flash that in. And then I'm going to go in for a little bit of the watermelon, pop a bit of that in. And I'm just going to carry on and go round. But I'm not going to paint all of that one because I've got one. Oh, God, look, I've done that all wrong.
Oh, good.
You know how you do things to try and make yourself, make your life easier and make it more speedy? Well, I've just gone backwards.
Oh, don't worry.
It's fine. So we'll whiz some of the yellow on. And again, with lilies, you don't need to be too careful. So let's just pop that down there. And you don't have to wait for it to dry. I could come straight in and add that on the top. And if you think, oh, that's not how I want it, dry it off, go back over it with white. There's no problem with it. Let's just add that one down. Just going to take that colour off. See, this is where I'm going to go a little bit quiet now.
I love it. I'm mesmerised watching you, so sorry I went very quiet myself.
That's fine.
I do apologise. We've actually had a question come through from Deborah. So good to have your company, Deborah. Thank you for emailing again. She's asking questions with regards to the Super Smooth and the watercolour that we've got within the one-day special. Asking what the difference is once you've actually painted on it.
Right, OK. So with the watercolour, you have a little bit more open time. So to move your watercolours, your inks and that around. The Super Smooth, it can soak up the ink a little bit quicker, but that doesn't stop you from being able to create so many different techniques on the Super Smooth. They're both excellent cardstock.
So if you were working with your colours and you weren't necessarily making them into like a watercolour effect, then you'd use your Super Smooth.
Would be amazing for that, yeah. But I like the look of watercolour. It makes things look a little bit expensive for me. I think it just looks really quite, yeah, luxurious.
I love it. I've got questions galore coming from Deborah. And this is all right. Another question asking about the watercolour cardstock. And what is the difference between cold and hot pressed watercolour cardstock? Now, I think, is it cold pressed that we've got?
Do you know?
Hold on. No, it's hot pressed, I think we've got, because it's all to do with the preparation of it, really, isn't it?
It is. It's just the preparation.
And I can't remember who it was. It's one of the guests that we had here that explained it in a way that I always remember. It's hot pressed, so it's almost been ironed. So it's smooth, because when you iron, you smooth out the creases. So that's the way I kind of remember. So if it's hot pressed, it's smoother, it's still watercolour cardstock. And if you've got more of a kind of tooth to it, or more of those kind of bobbly effects to it, then it's a cold press. I always say, did I say tooth, wasn't it? Tooth and coin. Apparently I say both of those a little bit odd. But there you go. This is coming together beautifully.
It's quite quick to do. Now with the leaves, I'm just literally basically covering up the white that I've done. I can come in with my pencil afterwards and darken up, like under here. I'd perhaps do a little bit darker. We'll see how we go with time.
It also shows as well with this that once you've got the investment of your stamps, I mean, this is a very affordable card for you to make. So if you look at making cards to sell or fundraisers, then there's minimal additional elements with this, isn't it? You're just using, you're not adding, I mean, obviously you can add a glitter, you can add sparkles, you can add ribbon, you can add whatever you like, but it shows that you have got something very effective, but very affordably done as well, which, let's face it, if you're making cards to sell, obviously you want to make as much money as you can with them. And if you're making cards as fundraisers, you don't get reimbursed for your cardstock and elements. So you're wanting to keep your expense to a minimal, but kind of investing in quality things. That means that you can still get those beautiful results when people are making their donations. This is a nice idea.
I'm just rubbing.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that I've got the black coming through. I've still got my white on there, and it's still going to act as a really nice base for me. But I just wanted to show you some pencil techniques on there, and I thought with that being a little bit drier, it would show up a bit better for you. So I'm just going to safeguard myself. Dry that off, and we'll bring in something similar-ish. So we'll pop some of the yellow down, and this is a little bit of a tidier way of doing it. If you don't like the mess, so to speak, just get the white off there and just pull that out.
Acts as a nice base, doesn't it? It
Yeah,
really makes those colours jump out.
Now, I usually use gesso, which I absolutely love using gesso, but sometimes it's a little bit transparent.
Yes.
It's not as opaque as this, and I'm really proud of myself because I normally get them words confused. So we'll just pull that. We'll just add a little bit of colour, and we're just going to build that up for a bit of dimension on there. We don't have to, but it just gives us a little bit more.
Getting loads of fabulous questions coming in during this hour as well. Barbara's been emailing in as well, and Barbara's wanted to send us a picture. Have we got the picture ready to share? Oh, okay, so we have. Oh, now look at this. Now she bought the 12 by 12 miler. Has she made her own stencils?
Yeah, they are amazing.
Oh my
Barbara,
goodness!
did you do that with a? Did you die cut them, or did you have it on an electronic?
She's done it on a with a die cutting machine. Oh, it's an electronic die cutting machine,
that's
right?
What
Yeah,
I thought,
that's what I was going to say. I wasn't too sure because yes, you can actually use these on your because I actually had a sheet of this to test, and it does work if you are using it with your machine. So yeah, create your fabulous stencils, and as you saw there from Barbara's stencils, very intricate with regard to those. Of course, they're brilliant in loads of different ways. I've used these as well for kind of mixing palettes as well if you're wanting something that's highly portable. But with these, you've obviously got your 12 by 12 mylar sheets, 350 GSM, which relates to the kind of density and the thickness of these ones because that's how it gets them measured, the microns. You're getting 6 sheets of that, $11.99. We've got some examples here of how you can create your own stencils, but of course Barbara showed us with hers as well. So again, your simple die cut shapes, whether it's a steel rule die or whether it's one of your wafer thin dies. Obviously experiment, because we can't say that it's going to work with every single one because we haven't used it on every single one. But how amazing is that for you to create your own stencils, your own unique size and for your own unique projects as well. And Barbara, thank you for emailing those photos. Any more of those, please do do get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. studio@thecraftstore.com. Of course, that's our new email address if you're not aware of it. But send your pictures, send your questions to keep us company. I'm having a lovely time here. It's lovely having all this interaction, isn't it,
Yeah,
Hazel?
it is. Thank you. I've just popped some red liner tape on the back of there. And I've got myself, this is a 20 by 40 card blank that I've just scored in half. So I'm just going to place that. I've matte and layered it with a super smooth. And that, I mean, that looks gorgeous, just flat
Beautiful,
as it is.
Yeah.
How gorgeous do the sentiments look? This is heat embossed in white. And then I've just put a little matte and layer through with the super smooth. So I have a choice. I've got that one, look, that I can pop on the top like so. So we'll use some of our foam pads. And I'm going to probably double up, might even triple up.
Ooh, you devil.
I know.
Just to give you a bit of a time check, Hazel, we've got about 13 minutes or so left.
Right. There we go. We'll layer that up to 3, and that'll give us room. Oh, do you know what? Let's cut this one in half. There we go. We'll pop this one on and just tuck it underneath. Just about there.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Okay, I'll turn that round for you, just so that you can see.
Oh, that's so nice. Like that.
I'll put the other one in. I mean, there's not really a lot of difference, but just really the big lilies, how I coloured them, the pop versus the watercolour pencils.
Beautiful. Both of them are fabulous results. So, yeah, like you say, whichever
Obviously,
way
you
you
take
choose
a
to
little
go.
bit more time than me.
Well, amazing. Absolutely amazing. We're going to have a quick recap, Hazel,
Yes.
and I'll be back with you in a few
Perfect.
moments. So, yes, we've been talking about our one-day special, details of which are on your screen, and you have been loving it. This is only the second live hour of the deal that we have been bringing to you, and already half of the stock has gone. It's a wonderful bundle. Got 2 stamp sets with this particular one of which has sold out individually. So if you wanted to get hold of these, the only way you can get hold of the lily, which of course was just seen beautifully demonstrated there, is within your one-day special. Then you've got your fabulous typewriter font there, as you can see. Lovely backdrop that you've got with that one, and you've also got your sentiments featuring with this one. And we have got another set of lovely sentiments that work alongside this, so do jump ahead on the website and have a little look for those as well. Both of those coming to you would normally be £14.95 each of those stamp sets, which means that you'd be paying just shy of £30. Well, guess what? If you are a Freedom member, for an extra 61 pence, you will be getting your cardstock. In fact, anybody can get hold of the cardstock within the one-day special, but the biggest saving is if you are a Freedom member. And that 61 pence is going to get you 30 sheets of cardstock. It's a lovely kind of try-me bundle that you've got with this one. So if you have bought these previously, then fabulous, you'll know how wonderful they are. If you've not, it gives you the opportunity to try these before committing yourself potentially to a larger bundle. So you're going to get 10 of your super smooth, you're going to get 10 of your beautiful watercolour cardstock, and also 10 of your true black, giving you 30 sheets in all with those fabulous stamps for just £30.90. Even better if you're a Freedom member, because it can right the way down to £30.51. What lots of you are doing though is adding into your basket that addition of the glue. Now the EVA glue, something that we don't readily see here. So if you do want to get hold of it, it's best to take advantage while you have the opportunity. It's a brilliant adhesive. You're going to use it in loads and loads of different ways. You can see it's pH neutral there, so it's perfect for all of your scrapbooking and your kind of your archival things that you're working with. It's not going to go yellow and things like that. But then you can use it in loads of different ways when it comes to crafting as well. So have a look here. I mean, you've got all sorts of opportunities, whether you're adding your 3-dimensional embellishments, whether you're simply matting and layering, whether you use a little bit of glitter card or a little bit of glitter itself. You can see there. You've also got a little nib here, so if you are wanting to use it with a pen and nib, then you can do. Complete control with regard to this one. It's perfect to use on your MDF, and even sticking your MDF in place as well. And if you've got something that's incredibly porous, as you can see here, like your hessian, like your burlap, then you can actually stick that in place, and you'll notice you can't see the glue through there because it dries clear. Now, if you're wanting to get hold of yours, you are going to be in very good company. 40% of the stock has gone. It is a bumper bottle, and if you dare I say, because we don't see it here that often, if you can stretch to 2 bottles, it might be worth thinking about that as well. £13.99, extended delivery with regards to this one, so just bear that in mind. It's the 21st of April, but scarily not too far away. But obviously, when you're working with that, it's quite a big bottle to work with, so can I suggest you pop these in as well, because these give you the opportunity to decant the glue into the bottles. Now, both of these have got a fine detail nib on them, so if I unscrew that, as you can see there, incredible close detail with that one when you are working with that one. So it's going to, all those fine lines that you're working with, absolutely perfect. We've also got a nice squeezy bottle as well, which I think is something that's important. So you're not kind of making your knuckles go white when you're working with that. And that screws back in place. And you've actually got a little bit within the cap there, which is going to mean that you are keeping that nice and clear when you're popping that cap back in place, as you saw there. And then the other one there, again, very much a fine detail nozzle with this one as well. Oops, I'm pulling the whole thing off. Let me just take the cap off. There we go. We want to take the cap off, don't we? There you go. And again, you can see there, fine detail nozzle. And again, within your cap there, you have got that little tip that is going to go into the hole there. That means it's not going to clog. And then, of course, you can screw that back in place. And again, a nice squeezy bottle there, so you don't have to squeeze really hard there. Love it. £13.99. Again, if you want to go for more than one set of those, you can do as well there. And the details are up on your screen as well. Now, your spring card collection, this is the one that's got the pencils in that we were talking about, your Staedtler pencils. 24 of those pencils and 35 sheets of your beautiful spring tone card there. 5 of each of the colours that you can see there, and you're also going to get 12 of your watercolour cards. So all for £19.99. That is a really good price. 487270. Do pop those into your basket. Now, a little bit of news with regard to the chrysanthemum stamp set. You are loving this one. You're going to get 12 stamps in there for just £14.95. Beautiful blooms that work alongside the one-day special lily as well. So do think about this one going into your basket as well. 165554. And also, something else that's proving to be very popular is your adhesive foam. We've seen Hazel go to this time and time again to build up the depth and dimension. You're going to get your foam tape, where you've got kind of your divisions of your foam pads. You're also going to get your continual run of your foam tape and your A4 foam sheets as well, all for £24.99. Phenomenal value. At 325813. And something we've mentioned a few times during the ad, and it is always one worth a mention, your masket sheets. If you want to build up that design, give the illusion that you've worked with a much larger stamp than you actually have, then £9.99 will get you your masket sheet. And of course, it's reusable. So when you create your masks, just make sure you look after them and you'll be able to use them for quite a few times beyond. So 976569 if you're wanting those. Something else that's worth adding into your basket, our lovely Barbara sent us those wonderful images of her stencils in. Wasn't that image? It started off like this though. 6 of those sheets, 35 micron. You can use them on your digital die cutting machines to create some amazing stencils. £11.99, 394204. Hazel, we're going to head straight back over to you. Time-wise, what sort of time have we got? About 8 minutes or so, according to our markers.
That should be fine then. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make one of these flowers.
Oh, that's pretty.
That Anita has done. So if you look on the back, you'll notice there's no stamens.
Yes,
I'm going to show you 2 ways, okay?
Okay.
And then on the front, she's added in some extra stamens, which I do believe are on end of call.
Okay.
So to start off with, I'm going to do it with the bigger lily, because that's the small one, and you'll see the difference then when I'm done.
And I'll just mention end of call if you're thinking, what on earth is Hazel on about? So when you come to check out your basket, when you are shopping it online, there's a few suggestions that are automatically brought up. There you go. And you'll see just before you check out your basket, our system will ask you if you want to add on these additional bits. All those stamens, there we go. Yeah. We were chatting about those with Anthony earlier on. So yeah, that's another addition worth going into your basket there. There's loads you can choose from though. And any of those items you're adding on with no additional post and packing.
Okay, so I'm just going to stamp down the large lily, and then I'm going to stamp a second one. You'll notice they're all on my little A6 bits of card out my box.
Yeah.
And I would do that.
Minimal waste with those A6 pieces,
This is my full one. I would cut that out, and this one I would just cut out these bottom 3. Okay.
Okay.
We'll come back to that in a minute. Now, while I've got my stamp on here, I'm going to take advantage of the mat that I've got. Now, don't panic if you haven't got a mat like this. If you've got a jelly plate, you can still do the same thing. Or if you're in the market for getting a mat, then these ones are fabulous. I'm just going to stamp this onto the bottom corner of my mat. Okay, so I've got that real nice crisp image. I'm then going to take a sheet of my card, I'm going to put it into that corner, and I'm just going to press over. Now I need to do this twice. That gives me a perfect print, okay? I can't go straight back in. Well, I might get another print, but it wouldn't be as dark as that one. So baby wipe is the best, just go straight in.
Squeaky clean.
Squeak it clean, yep. And then dry it, because otherwise the ink would just smudge.
Oh, that's a good point, yes.
Okay, and then we'll do that again.
That's a good tip,
But this would do for any stamp you've got that you want to reverse. This is how you do it.
Useful technique.
Obviously, it's good if you can do it on a jelly plate too, because you can pick that up and you can physically see where you're going. But for this one, it's quite handy that I'm just tucking that into the corner. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm doing it. Okay. Like so, okay?
Wonderful.
So I missed that look, but because I was tucking it into the corner, it is that one. I should be able to pick it up. You watch it not be in the right place. It's in the perfect place.
Fabulous.
Yes. Okay, so I've showed you how to stamp them. Now, colouring wise, I've got some done, look. So this one, I'm just going to put these in the right way so that you know that's the wrong way and that's the right way. Okay, so I've coloured that in and cut that out whole. And if I put this one on there, it just means that you can clearly see what bits that you need, okay? And then I've taken 3 stamens and I've coloured the tips in and I've kind of wound one around to keep them together.
Okay.
So what I would do is take some of my EVA and I would just pop some glue.
Oh, this is where those fine detail nozzles come in useful.
And then I'm going to pop those where I want them, which is about there. Okay. And then I'm going to use my finger and my thumb and I'm just going to shape these. And I'm going to pop some EVA on there and just get that in position. Now, I'm not worried about taking that off yet. I'm going to wait till it's stuck tight. Okay? Make sure you've got them lined up. I don't think mine are, but nobody knows.
They look really close to me.
Okay. When you're happy, you can snip that off. Okay? So that would be the front.
Lovely.
Now for the back, you know I said I was organised. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so this one is the back piece. So if I turn that over, you can see that that lines up perfectly. But look, I've still got my stamens there.
Yes.
Now what I have done, I hope this is coming across clear. This is the my front piece, and I've cut it out. Can you see? Look, and I flipped it over, and all I've done is just coloured it, and I've got a fine liner and just quickly whizzed a few lines to make it look like it is what it is. So if you want the backs plain, that's how you would get one.
Clever, yeah.
You could do that double-sided and have it like stamens on both sides if you wanted to.
It wouldn't look out of place.
Yeah, so we'll stick this down and see how we look.
Fabulous. That's why I love it when Hazel comes to join us.
And I was thinking,
where's little tips?
Yeah, where's me back bit? But it's here. When you're at home and you're prepping everything and you're demoing, you know it in your head. And then when you get here, sometimes you go a little bit blank. So, look, let's just do that.
Now, down to the last couple of minutes of the hour. It's been a fabulously busy hour. Obviously, Hazel's working with the stamp set that comes within the one-day special. If you are watching us live, we've been very, very busy. Of course, this hour is going to be repeated through the night, so if you haven't managed to catch us live, you'll be watching us on the repeats through the night. But Hazel, you're back bright and early tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, we are. I am indeed.
Yes.
all, am I okay to?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, that's good. Now, you could do two things here. You could use a bit of glue, or you could use some red liner tape to make sure. I would probably have coloured this, but I'm just going to do it to show you. I'm going to put the wire in place, and I'm then going to stick this one
sandwich
on the top.
Clever.
Make a sandwich. And that is how Anita created these, absolutely. Look at the difference in size.
Beautiful.
Yeah. She's got leaves, and she's used a bit of...
like coloured the paper on the wire,
tape,
yeah.
The what? I can't think of the word.
It's like the floristry. Oh, I had that on the show with Anthony earlier on.
So you can just bend it round and grip your leaves. Now, one thing she did do is put a little bit of wire on the back of the leaves as well, just to give them their shape.
Beautiful.
But how beautiful.
That is fabulous. Hazel, thank you.
Thank you. I've had to wait a
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Now, over half of the stock of the one-day special has gone, and as Hazel's shown us during this hour, so many different ways you can work with this. And the design team have shared with us so many different examples and different styles of working with them. So they are an incredibly versatile one-day special. You can get your 2 stamp sets, which would normally cost you £14.95 each. And for that extra 61p, if you are a Freedom member, you're getting your 30 sheets. Everybody gets those 30 sheets included, but Freedom members, you get that additional saving. Hazel, thank you so much. We will see you in the morning, 8 o'clock. Hope we will see you there